Got a special treat today for you folks. This is what I call my mock-up of the railroad, for want of a better term. It's made from poster board, basically foam with paper on each side, approximately 1/4 inch thick, and it's a scale model, a 1/12 scale model of this model railroad and this room. Basically the portion that we've been talking about, the staging yard that I'm building, is right down in here on the very bottom level, and you can see represented on the hopefully you can see the lines there. They're representing the tracks I just built over there. And the next level, the one for West Chazy, New York, is going to be right above it, about maybe 7-8 inches, and as you've seen in various videos, that the clearances in there are going to be tight. But that's our northernmost staging yard and peninsula down there. Of course, all of that staging will head out this way. This is where our window plug is. We'll head out this way. Ow. Trying to get a better view of it. We'll head through here. Still basically staged. I'm gonna have some areas that are open that will like have a special scene in there representing rural Quebec or something like that. Of course, it'll be at, as you can see, 29 inches. It'll come on through here. It'll be underneath, right through here. As I think you can see other lines in there. There's another staging yard that's going to be in there. That'll be representing St. Luc Yard and Windsor Station, the Canadian Pacific route, or the Napierville Junction route, D&H subsidiary Napierville Junction route up to Montreal. And we'll still be hidden coming through here, staging yard. Go through the door area. This represents the door, which is over there. And the first place we'll come out onto the scenic area is right here at Rouse's Point, just north of the Rutland Diamond, as it were. As you can see in there, you can get a pretty good look at it. The Rouse's Point passenger station is going to be, get a good angle on this. I'm trying to stay in the viewfinder though. On my last attempt at this, you know, as you can see, it was way out of the picture. So, but there's going to be the Rouse's Point station here, probably a customs building here, maybe a Rutland station, and Rutland will come in and interchange. This will be in the next room, and we'll continue on through Rouse's Point, to south of Rouse's Point, down through Coopersville, New York. You can see probably 31 inch. 31 inch, yeah, there, 31 inch level right there. And then it'll rise and be just above the staging tracks below, but hidden. It'll go into the tunnel area here because it'll be underneath the Red Rocks area. And it'll come back out right here, at West Chazy. There's going to be a freight house, passenger station over here where the 35 is. Will be a Nutrina feeds industry, maybe a propane industry over here, and trackage will continue on past here, where Interstate 87 will go over the road, and it turns into single track for a little bit right there, and then it comes down past the Georgia Pacific paper mill in Plattsburgh, North Plattsburgh, and continues. That's the paper mill there right there. It's going to be a very small representation thereof. It'll come around the curve, go over the Saranac River. Where are we here? It'll go around the curve, paper mill over the Saranac River, which will be right here, and into the Plattsburgh yard. Of course, we'll have an armor meatpacking plant here. We'll have the passenger station right here, a very, very grand building, which I'm going to scratch build. Several tracks that roughly duplicate the Plattsburgh yard. Roundhouse, four-stall roundhouse. Yeah, four-stall roundhouse, turntable, car shop. They call it a machine shop. I'm going to make it a car shop. And this is Dock Street, US 9 running through. Yes, the US 9 running through here. US 9 goes underneath the railroad south of town, near Bluff Point. And we'll have a crossover here. I want to, you see some tracks back in there. I'm thinking about representing the Bombardier plant. I've already got a Cell Express train and one of their HHP-8s. So, you know, that's where they were built, in Plattsburgh. And then we'll come into Bluff Point Yard, which will be a 4-track yard. Of course, you can see our gates represented here. I think, yeah, gates represented here and here and here and here and here. Excuse me. South Junction, where the fictitious A&O Railroad, Alpha and Omega Railroad. Yes, I'm a believer. So what? I'm proud of it. Not ashamed of the gospel. And we'll come into south, go past CPC 161, I think it is. Yeah, that's what they call it these days. It was the south end of the siding. Way back in the day, there was a coaling tower and a servicing station for the steam locomotives prior to going to Canada. And of course, we're coming around here, coming in around the curve into Port Kent. I'm hopefully going to be able to have some sort of semblance of a ferry dock and maybe an actual ferry there. Because the Port Kent ferry that goes across to Burlington, Vermont, across the lake, across one of the widest portion of the lake right there. Lake Champlain. Come around through Port Douglas, New York. Start going into the Red Rocks region. You can see there'll be water down here, several inches below. Red Rocks area. More water here. Higbee Creek Trestle. We're continuing southbound, by the way, and we'll go through Red Rocks Tunnel and over your New York State Route 22, New York State Route 22, into Willsboro Depot here, and Pulpwood Yard. Of course, a lot of passing sidings on this single-track railroad. It's not a double-track railroad, it's a single-track railroad with passing sidings. Elastonite plant there. Bouquet River Bridge, which is south of the Elastonite plant. Then we're coming into Westport. It's quite a distance between Willsboro and Westport, but not on my railroad. This is once again New York. I think it's New York State Route 22. Maybe not. No, it's another road. Anyway, there's going to be the Port Henry passenger station here, double track going by it, and then it'll disappear into the peninsula. It'll be like a staging track, like my passenger trains. Instead of meeting here, going around a peninsula, and bang, we're in Port Henry. They'll go in here and climb, but they can stop just prior to the tunnel, or depending on direction, prior this way, and emerge right here at the passenger station for Port Henry. And this is, of course, the Port Henry Yard. And down here is going to be the Lake Champlain and Maria Railroad, which will climb up about 4 inches, maybe 5, cross over that tunnel, and go up here into Mineville, Republic Steel iron ore mining facility. Probably use a Walters mine for that. Then, of course, continuing on down this way to the end of Port Henry, you go through the rock cut there. There's been a lot of pictures taken over the years. Trains there, go through that, and now we get another piece of it because it's still not done. You guys think this guy's out of his mind. Yeah, well, this is what I want to do, and I'm going to do it. It takes me forever. What we got here. Let's see, where was I before? I was right there, yeah. So, then we'll continue on south and we'll go into Addison Junction, New York. There's a gentleman that has been featured many times in the Model Railroad Planning Annual, which is edited by Tony Custer. His railroad is the Atlantic Great Eastern. He's one of the first linear mainline double-deck type layouts that was ever published. In that annual, also there was another gentleman in there, I forget what his name is. Bill Darnaby is one of these folks, and I think he had the Maumee route, which is also a landmark double-deck layout. Well, this is triple-deck, actually quadruple deck, no, quintuple deck. But there's only going to be 3 scenic decks that'll be 15 inches separated. So again, Addison Junction, we'll have an interchange track, and this will be the top level of that peninsula I'm working on over there. It'll of course disappear into a tunnel. It'll go around this way, come back out this way. It'll just, and we'll have a hidden Y underneath there, and we'll be able to interchange tracks that way. And then of course, the Blue Main Line will cross over on a diamond crossing here, go underneath a bridge, come around here and climb 4 inches more, go over the top of the railroad as we were on before, and this will be a paper mill. International Paper Company has a paper mill near Ticonderoga, New York, and of course we'll be continuing on, climbing any higher, Ticonderoga passenger station, right there, and the siding, back to single track again, back to single track again, and the siding, back to single track again through the tunnel, and then around the curve, and we'll be coming down the causeway on Lake Champlain. Why can't I see that? Yeah. Yeah. You can barely see the lines there. Oh, not too good. It's going to be like a causeway built, kind of like on the New England, Berkshire, and Western Railroad, the Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. They inspired me to do that. And of course, there is somewhat of a causeway down there anyway. And then we'll be coming into Whitehall, going to double track again. Go through downtown Whitehall, which will be depicted here, 69, 71 inch level, and we'll go under US 4, or the junction for Rutland. Go around through this way, junction US 4 junction for the Rutland branch going to Rutland, Vermont. Have the passenger station, or the shelter, go up the hill, the passenger station on the hill, and then we'll disappear. This will disappear into the 10 by 16 foot room over there, where the train disappears into, and come back out 4 inches high, or 3 inches higher, and continue on up. Continue on up. It's a little hard to grab and keep it in the viewfinder at the same time, so you guys don't think I'm an idiot. Continue on up and stop here. We get the next level. Of course, there's just going to be a yard representing Rutland proper. Then, this is our final level. So we're going from 28 inches track level up to 80 inches track level. So, Here's where we started before. Continue on up the loop, climbing up into the staging yard. This is also a six-track staging yard, but it will be able to hold 12 trains because they'll be staged one behind the other. Oops, had a little bit of a failure there. I'll fix that. They'll come in. Actually, they'll enter. They'll come around. They'll go through this switch here, enter, and then pull down to the end. But it'll be two different tracks, one behind the other, and the split or the gaps for them will be right here. So we'll have one train parked behind another one. Because I'm planning about 16 trains for every run session. And as you can see here, this switch here, that will not be there when it's ultimately built. That's my 5% grade going down, back around, and in through there, and back around. So I can run trains continuously and get some fun out of this layout without building myself to death. A little bit of a subconscious distraction. So that's the whole thing. That's the model of it, and it's been fun. It's not finished. Maybe it'll never be finished, but the idea is to finish the railroad, not the mock-up. Mock-up is just to illustrate things. So that's it.